Hey, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Thomas, and this is the 540 Show.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing today? Hey, I'm Thomas, and I'm here with my boy Ryan.
What's up? What's up?
And this is the 540 Show, man. Welcome to it.
Turn that up a little bit. I like the song, man.
Hey.
That's Cardiac Arrest right there.
Cardiac Arrest by the Bad Sons, man. That's a great song.
All right, man. So this is the first episode of the 540 Show. And so bear with us for any technical difficulties. My guy Thomas has been working hard on all the technical side of things. He's been doing a great job. Studio looks great. All credit to him on that.
I appreciate you, bro.
No problem.
Appreciate that shout
So
out.
bear with us with anything. This is our first official show, so this is kind of, you guys are learning with us.
Hey, learning with us. Drop the air horn on him. Hey.
That's his favorite sound right there. That's his favorite
one
sound.
more time. Hey, man. So this is the 540 Show, man. So why don't you tell them a little bit about what we're going to be doing here?
Well, first of all, 540 Show is, the name comes from, the 540 is Fredericksburg, Virginia, located right between Richmond and D.C., about halfway, growing community.
Massively grown.
Yeah, since I grew up here, and ever since I've been here, I feel like we started with one Walmart, and now there's four. So that if that doesn't tell you how, in the 10, 15 years, how much it's grown, that right there should be an eye-opener.
Yeah, definitely, man. And this is, and with that massively growing city, I felt like it needed an outlet. We need an outlet to get everybody. There's so many people doing so many awesome things here in the city. We need a way to get that all out.
Yeah, we want people's voices to be heard. So hopefully we can give you guys some time to talk to us and vent to us on any platform, and we can get it out to the airwaves.
Mm-hmm. Anything that you might need, and that's artists, that's small business owners, that's athletes, high school kids.
We're all about the area.
We've been here for how long? Have you been here, bro?
My whole life. I was born here, right down in Mary Washington Hospital, the old one.
See, this is the only place that I could honestly say was home. I was born in Bahrain. I lived in Texas, Alabama, South Carolina. My parents were in the military. So Fredericksburg, Virginia, I got here when I was like 13. And it was the first place that I ever the same movie theater I went to for the 4 or 5 years. Like, that's my movie theater. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was the first place. So I love this area, man. And anybody who doesn't like it,
Yeah, I was thinking the other day, and I kind of came up with this nickname. I don't know if anybody else has thought of it, but I call it the Big Traffic Jam, because between D.C. and Richmond, a lot of people get stuck in traffic, and they talk about the traffic is in Fredericksburg. It's always slow through Fredericksburg, so I call it the Big Traffic Jam, the 540.
Yep, the big traffic jam, man. So so tell everybody how this is going to benefit the listeners and the community.
Yeah, this is two millennials is what I would say. Is we're two millennials, and we're going to give it from that perspective, because I feel like there's so many different perspectives now, but a lot of the millennials don't have a strong voice, and it's cool to see a lot of them are pushing up in the ranks. But that's what I think we're coming with, is that perspective of this area. And other issues. We're gonna cover hip hop with you. We're gonna cover sports with me. I mean, we're gonna touch bases on everything and in between.
Yep, that's awesome, man. And anybody who needs any type of promotion, or just getting what you're doing out there, come holler at us, man. We'll be able to take care of you on that. So hey, man. So I was thinking, we were just talking about the growing city. I have not seen them start to build any housing developments anymore. It's been like 5 years, maybe 6.
Yeah, there's a lot of apartments. There's a lot of I see a lot of apartment complexes and townhomes popping up. Just a couple row of townhomes. I see those it's popping up here and there. But you're right. I don't see any big housing developments coming in like there used to be, like a Lancaster Gate or a Lees Hill North, Lees Hill South. Those housing developments were built so long ago, and you just don't see those popping up anymore.
Yep, I don't I don't. It stinks because I think those are the places where kids can really, get an awesome childhood. Go outside and you got your friends up the street. The kid who lived on the corner street got the big yard, so maybe y'all play football in the yard or something.
Yeah,
and,
I grew up in Lancaster Gate, so I definitely had
So
that
you know all
the
about
cul-de-sac.
that.
The cul-de-sac feel to it, where everybody's out, every day till the street light comes on and you run back inside. But yeah, you see a lot of apartments popping up and stuff like that. So if that doesn't tell you how the area is growing, there more houses, more apartments are bigger than apartments. You can have more of them than you can have houses. So,
Right, you fit more people in
more people
smaller areas.
Yeah, so that's kind of where we're heading. I feel like.
What is everybody gonna do? Is there enough to do around here for everybody?
I think they're gonna have to start building it, and that's what you saw with that baseball team that almost got proposed here. We almost had a minor league baseball team over where the Carmax is, so that would have been something to do. And I just think that it's only gonna go up from there.
That'd have been awesome. That'd have been awesome
That would
to
have been
have
fun. That would have been a real good time.
a baseball team here. It's been nice that this shoot, man. We were going through that week and a half of 100-degree weather, man. I'm glad to see that's finally over.
That was miserable.
It was
That's
terrible.
what you get here, though. I mean, we get a little bit of every season, and we get the extremes of it.
I mean, rain for what, 2 weeks straight.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah, you get. I mean, during the summer it gets very hot, and then you get a couple days where it's how a summer probably should be, 85, 86 degrees. But then you get the 100-degree humidity days, and then in the winter you get the 20-degree days, and then some days you just get the 50 degrees. So
yeah.
you get the extremes of every season here, and it's why I want to go to Florida one day.
Yeah. Are you want to live like permanently?
No, but I'd like to have a second house down there where I can go and golf, and during the wintertime when it's 20 degrees,
Right.
Just be able to go somewhere and do the retirement thing.
Escape all the mess that's going on.
It's too cold. Sometimes it is too cold to do anything. I mean, it's 20 degrees outside. There is not much you can do.
Yeah.
It's hard on the body. It's hard
It
on
is.
the house, the heat. I mean, the heating bill. Let's talk about that. We're both new homeowners. I mean,
Yeah, see, I got to this thing where I got this because a heater broke last year, and instead of getting it fixed, it's fixed now, but instead of getting it fixed immediately, I got one of those boxed
space heaters. Yeah.
And that thing was great. I mean, two
They
of
are
those,
nice.
and you can heat almost the whole, half of the house over there.
Oh yeah, they work, and you have that fireplace in there too.
Yeah.
So
Which surprisingly though, the fireplace makes the house colder because it takes the oxygen from the house and it's what feeds the fire, and what goes out of the chimney is actually all the heat in the house. So you would think that the fire would, radiate heat into the house, but it's the complete opposite.
yeah,
That's weird, huh?
it's a little weird. I want to do some research on that
Yeah.
because I feel like people were heating their houses with fireplaces since
I'm-
time.
That's what I came up with because I was very hyped when we were caught up in that snow last year, that, snowstorm that put everybody out for like a week.
Yeah.
I was very hyped because of all the firewood I had.
Well,
And
when some listeners hear this episode, tweet me at the 540 Show, Instagram at the 540 Show,
hashtag
hashtag 540 Show. Let me know when you hear what Thomas just said, if that has any validity to it.
and I support what I said,
skeptical.
by the way.
I'm skeptical.
I'll support what I said, by the way.
Whereas I'm very. I don't know about that, but hey,
I'm not
gonna say
saying-
you're wrong. I'm not going to say you're wrong, but I feel like it's such a commonplace for people to use the fireplace that I don't feel like it's taking the heat out.
Okay, and you know what? And if I'm not all the way right, you can't. There is definitely some truth
It's
to
just
the
your
science.
house. Yeah, it's probably just your house.
I figured this house
Well,
out,
I mean,
bro.
I just can't imagine people spend years chopping wood. I mean, they're out there chopping down trees, and then to heat the house, and you're trying to tell me the heat's going out? That means they'd be chopping wood for no reason. Hey, have you ever chopped wood before?
Yes, I have, man.
That's very dangerous and hard.
It
all right?
is. It is.
I mean, you got a little space to hit with that big axe. Your shins are just waiting.
I'll
waiting
tell you
to get
what,
whacked.
one time I did more than just chop some wood, man. I worked for a clearing crew where we had chainsaws and we were chopping down trees like hundreds of feet tall. And we're talking like 2 or 3 guys going at one side of a tree. And when that thing cracked and fell, it was about the coolest thing I'd ever seen.
You enjoyed that?
I'll tell you what. And the coolest,
Until that sound falls right through your living room or something.
well, shoot. I mean, well, there is a way, obviously, to cut it to make it fall the
Oh,
way
yeah,
you
yeah.
want
I'm
it
just
to go.
saying, during a
But
storm, if you hear that noise,
oh
that
yeah,
crack,
terrible.
You just hoping
Terrible.
they ain't coming right through your living room.
I've seen that.
That's terrible.
From like hurricanes in the area.
Yeah, we had that hurricane here that one time.
Which one are you talking about?
Isabel.
Isabel.
Yeah, Isabel. That was crazy. I remember that. I was younger. I think I was in 5th grade.
Yeah, that I remember. Yep, you're right, because you know what? My dad had our whole family in the like living room where there was nothing that could fly into the house. Like it was, a good area. There was a giant tree and it fell, I think, the opposite way of the house.
Oh wow, lucky.
Yeah,
Very lucky.
Lucky.
So so that was 5th grade. So you're 24. I'm 23.
Mm-hmm.
We followed each other through school pretty much. Went to the Thornburg, the Massaponics route, right at local high schools.
You played football at Thornburg.
Yep, and so did you.
Yep, sure
Hey,
did.
shout out to Massaponics.
Shout out
Go
Ponics.
Panthers, baby.
Shout out Ponics. We're gonna be Ponics biased in here.
Yeah, sorry.
When we're talking about the high school,
we're letting you know already. It's Ponics bias.
sports, but don't get it twisted. We're gonna keep it real. If you do something awesome and you need a shout out,
You'll
any
get your
school,
shout out.
you will get your shout out.
If someone pops off for 5 touchdowns, you will get your shout out.
Point
no matter
blank,
where,
period.
even if you play for Cortland.
No matter what, even though and even though they're not playing them no more.
Yeah, that's
No more.
the first game. That was
That's
it.
done.
That was it. The other night, Friday night, was the last. I don't know if ever, because it could happen again one day. But
Maybe if they get more students, because that's the whole thing. Is they're saying that there's Ponics has about 1,200, Cortland has
they're gonna
19.
they're gonna have to build another school. They're gonna have to build another school around here. That's all it's gonna have to, because there's so many kids. I mean, it's just growing. There's gonna have to be another high school.
Well, they could just rezone the lines, and what would suck is you would piss off a lot of kids that went freshman through junior year, and then you're telling them their senior year, hey, you gotta go to a different school.
Because
But
Ponics is only a couple hundred students short of 2,000 now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got a lot of kids, so they're gonna have to do something, because Ponics is just getting overflown, and they don't have a big enough school. The school isn't that big. It's built in 1998.
it becomes the issue for
Yeah, I mean, they had the trailers out back when we were there. So
Right.
I mean, we had 1,600 probably, and it's getting close to 2,000.
that is crazy, man. I forgot about that. But yeah, man. So we're gonna keep on keeping on. Hey, so let's slide on to this little thing that I want to ask you. Where did hip hop go?
I don't know.
Where did hip hop go, bro?
I think it's hiding. I think.
You think?
Yeah,
I would love to think so. I appreciate you saying that. You just gave me faith that it's coming back, because you know what? A lot of people have their opinions on all the different types of music. I even appreciate trap, as hip hop. I really do. But this whole, the new wave of what's going on, it's super catchy. And I'll tell you what, I will bump Lil Yachty, Lil Uzi Vert. Like they got some great songs. Like,
well, you see, Young Thug dropped album yesterday.
I didn't see that.
He wore that crazy looking outfit. That guy is a little off his rocker.
Well, Young Thug's a little different. I can't
He's
really
off his
say.
rocker. But that's the kind of thing that people like nowadays. It's like the off the rocker weirdo rapper, and it's not hip hop. It's very poet. They have so there's some poetry behind some of their music, but it's not hip hop. It's not what we heard in the 90s.
Right. No, and even before that, man, I don't know. I appreciate it when it's honest and true. You know what I mean? When you can listen to a guy's, music, and it is like poetry, emotion. Like you can understand, or not even understand, but maybe just follow like his struggle, or just hear what he's saying, and you might be able to relate to it just a little bit. And now it's just like, yeah, skirt, yeah,
It's
I think the name of that song was by the way.
When my mom listens to it, it's just funny when you like put it on around my mom or something like that. She's like, what are they saying? She has no idea. She can't understand anything that they're talking about. So it's kind of crazy.
Sometimes I wonder
And
if
I
they
can't,
even
and
care.
I can't, it's almost like, Mom, come on, she's not wrong.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't, I have to look up a lot of these songs, see what these people are even saying. I like it. I'm like, oh, this beat is nice, but I have no idea what this guy's talking about.
Who's your favorite musical artist right now? Well, we'll go hip hop artist. Your favorite hip hop artist?
That's tough. I'm a big Wale guy because I like a lot of his old stuff. He's coming back around. He went through a stage where I didn't like all of his music that he was putting out, but who doesn't? I'm a big Wale guy. I like J. Cole and Kendrick, but that's probably my wheelhouse right there.
That's all like the same type of music. I feel like the same type of
lyrical kind of tells a storyteller, rapper. Just that kind of stuff.
That's dope. That's dope. I've always been into shoot, I was into Wiz. I'll tell you why. His come up was one of the coolest because he started with just putting YouTube videos of him on his phone, just on his way to a radio for an interview or whatever, and I felt like you could really follow, like you were almost a part of his come up, with his day to days and then everything like that. And even when he was working with Currency, real heavy back, Cushion Orange Juice days. I mean, even like like Prince of the City, Star Power, like. That's all. It's all just time. That's to me. Some of it's like timeless music. Miss Right for Now will always be.
Yeah, you were a Wiz guy. You were a Wiz guy since day one. I remember. I've always remembered that. But I like Wiz too. But I can't forget about Drake. I mean, he's
definitely.
dropping hits every day now. It seems like. But his hype it'd never be higher. His stock is through the roof right now. The guy's probably the most famous guy in the world.
Yeah, and it's it's funny it's not funny, but it's cool to see how that even started, with him doing the show Degrassi when he was mad young, but he was still rapping. He was writing music and rapping and stuff.
It's always funny to me that he was the guy in the wheelchair in Degrassi. I mean, now who he is, it's just that will always be funny to me, but that just shows you how hype he is now that people are willing to forget about that. They're willing to forget that.
Well, you don't even have to forget about it because when that show was on,
they liked the guy. The guy was a good character in the show, right?
Yeah, no, he was dope.
I didn't really watch it.
See, when it was on, I think I was like 12, 13. So I was on my way, like middle of middle school, on the way into high school. So I was really like curious about like the drama of high school and stuff like that. So like that time period, I was kind of trying to relate to it and stuff. But I watched it a lot, and it was honestly like...
Yeah, I missed the boat on that one. I didn't watch it. I probably would have liked it. I'm one of those guys that, I don't watch a lot of stuff, but if it's liked, I'll probably like it too. I'm kind of...
You might have... It was a teenage soap opera, though.
If someone tells me, hey, this documentary is awesome, usually when I watch it, I have the same opinion that it's awesome. That's generally how I go. If someone tells me it's good, I'll tend to usually like it.
Right.
So that's just how I roll anyway. So I just missed the boat on my ADD. Can't sit down and watch a lot of shows. I've never been able to binge watch or anything like that. And I'm not even in. I feel like I'm not even in anymore because I don't watch any of these shows that everybody's watched. Game of Thrones. Even my dad watches more shows than I do.
Really? But I mean, but you don't. What do you? I mean, you work, you golf in your off time. I mean, obviously we've been doing the 540 show.
Well, it kills me. I watch the Nats almost every night, and that throws 4 hours of my afternoon away almost every time. So
that's okay.
That's gonna happen.
Yeah, that means
it's hard to watch a show when 4 hours of your day, 8 hours of your day is taken up by work. The other 4 are taken up by golfing or watching the Nats or the Redskins. I mean, you don't got much time left to really do anything else.
Right. That's awesome.
And somehow we're doing this crazy show.
Hey, man, real quick, I just wanted to say a quick shout out to my boy Joe. Shout out to Joe for hooking this up. Man, Joe, you the man, dog. For real.
I look great.
Thanks,
Joe.
I sent him the pictures, and within probably like 2 days, he sent me a rough draft of this. I was like, bro, that's awesome. I said, let's do it. So, hey, shout out to Joe. So if you need any graphic design work, holla at us, and we will get you to Joe. We will get you to Joe.
All right. Well, I think we'll take a little break here and get back to you guys. We got a lot coming on today's show. We're going to talk a little bit about sports, and we're going to talk a little bit more about hip-hop. We'll get back into that, and we'll get back into more about what this show is. We'll play a couple games. We got a lot coming at you, so we'll be right back.